Welcome to Narrowboat at James Built. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. It's damn cold on the boat again today, so I've got less than a week until my heater gets installed, which I'm looking forward to. But I was lying in bed last night thinking, I've done that board wrong. And alas, I have. Basically, I started routing out from the wrong side. It should have been from that edge there, not that edge there. Right, this is the board from yesterday. That's the bit that I stood on and kind of broke the veneer, which is annoying, but I think might be repairable, right? So that's one thing. But moreover, this bit here is pretty thin. It's a bit discoloured, but I've started sanding back the top of it there, and I think I can get most of that discoloration out. But moreover, I've cut it wrong. Basically, I've measured that distance there from the wrong side. It should have been from that end, but it's not the end of the world, because that curve there that I've already mostly cut out, which is now only one sheet of ply thick, is actually bang in position for that, albeit too big, so the curve will kind of come up to there, or the excavated material will come up to there. So I need to pack it in a bit, but I can keep it. So it does mean now I'm gonna have to, well, obviously I knew I had loads of work to do on this board still today, but I'm gonna lay it out flat, not on the melamine, so I don't run the risk of doing more things like that, and see if I can give it another go. Right, I've marked out the new lines for this, but I think I'm going to start today by carrying on routing out this side of that channel there, make sure I can get it all done properly and see if I can get a bend on it. And then before I do anything else, I really need to put in all the vertical supporting uprights there, so when I offer this up, I've got something to clamp it to. Right, I have continued routing out that bit there. It does not look so pretty, but it's all pretty thin now. Some bits slightly thinner than others, so I'm just going to sand off some of those little bits like that. Well, I can't really get it with the router too easily, so that's the line there that I had to the new line that I had to follow. So hopefully some of that meat will stop it curving there. Let's see what it looks like. Well, let's see if it curves at all. Yeah, that'll be fine. I don't dare go any further. Well, that has been a much cleaner cut, just doing it in one pass with the router at the full setting. Let's see how that bends. It is going to be bending the other way, but yeah, that's all right. Might need to take a little bit more off in certain bits, but now I'm thinking probably the best thing to do that is, I think it's just up there, it's a little bit thicker. I think the best thing to do there is to sand it. So if I take any more off, I'm going to kill it, I think. Right, let's do that final cut down there. Right, I've only got that little bit to do now, and then hopefully this board is done. Right, that's it. That board is, oh, sorry. Right, that's it. That board has been routed out. I need to do a little bit of sanding in that one there. Then I need to put in the uprights. Turn that off. Now I need to put in the uprights here. So I'll work out a way of doing that. And then I can offer it up. But this is going to be a little bit flimsy and tricky, I reckon. So I might have to ask Marlon and possibly even Sweary down as well. Right, before I go for my celebratory cup of tea, I'm going to check that this bends nicely. That was quite a nice curve, that one, that cut. This one's got a curve basically at 90. Yeah, that's quite a nice one, that. It's quite an even cut. So that's good. I've got progressively better. So that's good to know. Because I've got quite a few of these left to go. So I've just got to work out the best way of doing this now. I'm wondering whether I should glue the supports on and just hope that my measurements are right. Or offer it up first. Cup of tea first. Right, I've sanded all these areas back now, so got out any kind of last little bumps. I now need to hoover up and clean up. I've made these little brackets here, little lap joints to go. I've made 8 of them basically to go on each of the curves, so they're going to fit on basically like that. And then I can rest the board up against it. Right, I've run out of this stuff, so I've had to make 2 of the supports out of horrible 2B1. I'm just attaching these ones now, just making sure I kind of get them all in the right place now. Right, that's all the upright supports in. Now I probably need to give this place a bit of a sweep up. Right, I've swept up and hoovered up a little bit. So I am ready now for the sides to go on. I think I'm going to offer it up first. And if I know it's going to work, then I think the thing to do will be to take these off, mark it all out, position them properly, and then glue them, so all the way down that edge, up there and up there, onto the board, flat on the floor. Then I'll know I'll get a nice tight bond. Because otherwise I don't know how easy it's going to be. Obviously I can get a bond at the top here of those, but there I'm not sure how much pressure I'm going to be able to get to any kind of, you know what, with the cladding against there, with the glue. That's even if it bends. Oh God, I'm a bit nervous. Hello, mate.
Hello, hello.
Right. Okay, so the plan is we're going to lift up this board and carefully position it in place and see basically if I can get, if it bends and if it fits. And if it does, then I'll take it apart and then I'll take that frame off and glue it in place. So I need you to have a delicate touch with all of this, pal, if that's all right. Right, there's a couple of clamps there. So if you take this bit here, so there's a couple of clamps there. I've got a couple of clamps here. Right. Can you see that thin edge there? So I'm thinking, let's stand it up. So if you kind of grab this middle bit, and one of the edges, if we can. I think, whoa, yeah, be careful. Right, okay, cool. Okay, now let's kind of slowly walk it around there. Try and keep it straight. Okay, that'll do. No, careful. Let's just get that from that edge there. One. Yes. Let's get that one on there. Right, this is where it gets a bit more.
Right, you have control.
Yeah.
Before you go any further,
Yeah.
you said something about wetting the boards before.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to want to take, does it? Maybe that's it.
Massage it in. So you can where you at? Pull back, push forward, that kind of stuff. Stretch.
Whoa, slowly.
Hold on a second. Why does it not line up?
Well, that's.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, there you go. If you put it
Okay.
at the bottom, yeah.
Hang on, okay,
We're in.
Yeah, we're in there, hang on. Give me I need a clamp here. Okay, we need a clamp. There. That'll do.
Just one quick clamp. I think we're all holding.
Okay. Oh my god.
Is that actually on it? Oh yeah, it's flush.
Yeah, that is. Right, okay. Oh my god.
It's fucking beautiful looking too.
Okay. That's okay. I guess the light's always going to be kind of making a thing of that. And round here, again, that's kind of okay. There's definitely, you know, a bit of a... that hasn't taken perfectly, but it hasn't split yet. But look at that. That kind of works perfectly. So I don't know if you kind of knew what I meant before, but that's basically how it is. It sits on there like that. So you've got a nice kind of curve edge there. And a nice curve edge there. Now I'm actually trying to see where the bit is that I've split, and I can't actually see it, to be honest, so that's a good sign. So I reckon I can disguise that though with a door, because I'm going to have to put a door on here. But now what I need to do, because you'll see on the inside, it's all kind of fitting quite nicely, but it needs to be kind of in more like that. And when it is, I'll better glue it all properly. So, and again, like you see at the bottom there. So I just need to get all this kind of glued properly. That does go on and close up quite nicely. can go in a bit more. And look at the line it makes on the floor. That is brilliant. It's exactly what I wanted. Right, I've got the board once again laid out on the floor, this time on a bits of CLS. I've made all the markings I need as to where to glue them down on, but also on this bend here, I'm going to see if I can route out a little bit more, because I think that is contributing to the little lines I'm getting on that side. Right, I've routed a rather wonky line in that, but I've yeah, it's about a centimetre wider, so I'm thinking that's going to help the bend. And now it's the simple task of demounting them from the melamine and sticking it in place there. Right, I've got two of the bits in place. I'm running out of, well, I'm going to run out of clamps, so I'm kind of improvising here, which is working quite well actually. It's kind of bringing them both down nice and flat together. So yeah, this is going okay. Just gluing it all up really generously. Obviously the glue dries clear, and then tomorrow I'll be able to assemble it back on here. But right now, got to take that one off. Right, we're all clamped up and got some extra weights kind of holding down the middle. And a massive thank you to Sasha, David from Monopoly Games and Jimbo, Steve for the wine, and Mike B, Anthony Willis and Dave Appleton for some buy me coffees. Thank you so much, guys. It makes a huge difference. Actually, I'm putting all of that towards the colorifier, which I have ordered today. I did that over my lunch break, which was rather painful, but yeah, it was made less painful because of you guys. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how relieved I am that it worked. That board had so much kind of labour put into it, and kind of consideration of stuff. So yeah, the fact that it's kind of took the bend, and I couldn't really know it was going to work until it was all finished and I could offer it up fully. So and I reckon now I've routed out that little extra channel, that extra centimetre, that is definitely going to help on that bend. I could really see it was kind of struggling there, it was pinching a little bit, so that'll hopefully free it up a little bit more. And once it's all kind of sanded back and varnished, that's going to look the mutt's nuts. I've got to cut the doors out of it, which I reckon will be made easier now because I've got the supports in it. Because once the doors have been, once the apertures are in it, that thing's going to be flimsy as you like. So it'll be made much more rigid now those bits are in it. So, but I've got to do that quite well. I've got to do it with a jigsaw, but I've got to basically use the offcuts or the cutout as the main bit of the door, because some of those patterns just look really cool. So with a little bit of trim around it, I reckon that's going to look really good. So yeah, over the weekend I'll hopefully get some more work done on that. It's got to be finished basically by Tuesday, and I've still got to put on the fireplace. So really I've got a hell of a lot to do before Lockgate come out on Wednesday. But my portholes have arrived, so they've been shipped to Mum and Dad's house, so I'm going to head over there soon and check them out, because then I can get the holes drilled for them. That'd be exciting too. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.